I spotted an AT soldier.
Hey guys, SH here, and today I want to talk about the L85A2 assault rifle. And I know I covered this about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I think I talked about the Prisma sight and how it completely cancels out the visual recoil, but I did not talk specifically about this weapon, so I thought this time would be appropriate to talk about this weapon more in depth. And also, I already covered about 90% of the assault rifles in this channel, so if you guys want to check my other video out, be sure to check it out. Now, I think I only had to cover like F2000 and the Bulldog and some other rifles, like 1 or 2. So after that, I'm gonna be moving over to the carbine class. So hope you guys are stay tuned for that. But anyway, the gameplay that you're seeing background is the squad deathmatch, and you probably never seen these type of game modes before because it's not that popular. In fact, I only found one server that are semi-populated. There were a total of 24 players in the game, and that was the most populated servers out there. And actually, squad deathmatch is a really good game mode. Instead of going for the objective, it's more team-based game mode. So if you guys want to check it out, give them more love. But anyway, like I said, this is the L85A2. And you probably heard about this weapon already, especially if you had the China Rising DLC or if you ever pre-ordered Battlefield 4. This gun used to fire at 850 rounds per minute, but somehow DICE thought that this was crossing their overpower line, so they decided to nerf this gun to 750 rounds per minute, which I think isn't that bad, but now it's kind of the okay-ish gun in the game, especially if you compare this weapon to like M416 for example, which has the exact same rounds per minute. But the M416 has a lower recoil than this weapon and also a lot faster reload time. So I'm not exactly sure if the DICE is gonna fix this weapon or not, but we'll see in the future. Now let's look at the stats. As you guys can see about the rounds per minute, it fires at 750 rounds per minute. And like I said, that is not the fastest, like if you compare this weapon to AEK 974 or even FAMAS for example, which fires at amazing 1000 rounds per minute. 750 rounds per minute is alright, but one thing to keep in mind about this weapon is that this is a bullpup assault rifle, which means that you're gonna get the agility bonus whenever you're aiming down sight. Another thing that this gun stands out the most is the aim down sight accuracy. This gun has a 0.25 aim down sight accuracy while standing and 0.8 while moving, especially if you compare this weapon to any other assault rifles out there except for the F2000 and FAMAS. Typical assault rifles in Battlefield 4 has an aim down sight accuracy of 1, but all the other bullpup rifles has the aim down sight bonus whenever you're moving, so that's really good. But one bad thing though is that typical bullpup assault rifles has a little bit worse aim down sight accuracy while standing, so it's not going to be that accurate if you're standing. So I would highly suggest you moving around with this weapon and take a full advantage of agility bonus while you're aiming down sight. The bullet velocity is another thing that this gun really stands out, which fires up to 640 meters per second, and that is really high if you ask me. The AUG A3 is known as one of the fastest bullet velocity in the game, which has 670 meters per second, and 670 and 640 there aren't that much difference. So if you want to go for a longer range engagements, so as long as you see a guy, just shoot it and you are pretty much guaranteed to get that shot. The damage model is very standard among the entire assault rifles in the game. It's gonna have a total damage of 25 up close and drops down to 18 at distance, which means that it's gonna take between 4 to 6 shots to kill, but if you can get at least 1 headshot in close range, you are gonna get that 3 shots to kill up close. Going for the headshot is not that recommended, but you should be able to get a couple more headshots because this gun has a very high vertical recoil. Speaking of which, let's talk about the recoil stats of this weapon. This gun has a horizontal kick of 0.25 and the vertical kick of 0.36, and this sounds really high, but if you actually start using the weapon, it is not that high. In fact, the recoil is very predictable, like a Scar H or the AR-160. And although I'm not gonna say that the recoil is lower than the M416 thanks to its very good versatility, recoil is good, but it's not as good as the M416 period. So if you want to be accurate, I mean, you're probably not gonna have any problems with it because this gun has one of the lowest first shot multiplier in the game. In fact, the first shot multiplier is 1.5x, and if you compare this weapon to one of the biggest competitor, M416, which has astonishing 2.2 times, 1.5 times, that really should make you to register at least first shot in the game. And the last thing that this gun really stands out at is the hipfire performance. In fact, in this gameplay here, I was using their ergo grip with the combination on the laser sight to take the full advantage to that hipfire accuracy. Typical gun has a little bit worse hipfire accuracy compared to like a PDW, for example, but this gun, you can actually compete with some of the PDWs out there thanks to its, again, the bulb-up design of this weapon. So if you like hipfiring with the gun and you don't want to take that atrocious 8 shots to kill at a distance, this gun is going to be the best choice for you. And last but not least, one of the ugliest characteristics of this weapon is its reload time. It's gonna take 2.75 seconds with one in the chamber and 3.75 seconds empty. In this gameplay that you're seeing right now, I was reloading very frequently, and that's what you're gonna have to do in order to survive with this weapon. So what I recommend is not to engage guys a lot in a close range, because 2.75 seconds is gonna take forever, especially if you run out of the entire magazine. It's gonna take that 3.75 seconds, which is simply just atrocious. So just keep in mind about that. So if you want to engage guys between the medium to longer range with this weapon, this gun is going to be the best choice for you. Yes, you can engage guys in a close range thanks to its bulb-up design, but when it comes down to the reload time, that's not going to be really good choice for you. But anyway guys, hope you guys enjoy this video, hope you guys enjoy this gameplay. If you want to check out my other video, I'll just put the link in the description below, and I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.